Drug abuse can be explained as the taking of illegal drugs or substances without a qualified doctor's prescription. Every day, over 500,000 bottles of codeine are consumed by Nigerian youths. Sadly, married women and mothers inclusive. Recently, I read a disturbing news when Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria were lamenting on the level of drug abuse among the Nigerian youth, male and female, and more worrisome amongst the married women. The big question is, what are the causes of drug abuse? According to medical experts, there are very many causes of drug abuse, but I will discuss only 3 in this speech. 1. Bad companies. Living in the midst of drug addicts is highly likely to lead you into drug abuse. I urge you all to keep company of good friends and companies of good children. You should stay away from drug addicts or bad companies. Otherwise, one day you might be influenced into drug addiction. Bad friends and bad companies can put drugs or some abusive substances inside your food or your drink in order to make sure you join them. Let me share my personal story. One day I was passing in the car and I saw some children smoking wrapped substances in a white paper. When I reached home, I asked my parents, what was that? Sadly, my father said, what I just explained, suddenly like an Indian hemp, otherwise called marijuana. The second cause of drug addiction is frustration. When something negative happens to someone, such as exam failure or job loss, instead of facing reality and accepting the reality of life and search for the best and possible means of solving that problem, they resort to taking drugs. According to some of the drug addicts, taking drugs only gives them a temporary relief of their challenge. After the effect of drug releases them, they return to face the reality of life. It is important to note that life is not a straight line. It is full of ups and downs. Today you might be successful, tomorrow you might fail. Both success and failure are part of life processes. The third cause of drug addiction is environmental factors. Living in a neighborhood where people sell or take drugs is a dangerous adventure. There is a high tendency that you will be involved in drug taking or selling. If you have the means, you should relocate from that environment to a more safe location. If you do not have that capacity and you must stay, you should have to be very, very, very careful. Pay attention to every moment and behavior of your children. Keep talking, educating, inspiring and motivating your children so that they should not be affected by the environmental factors. What are the consequences of drug abuse? There are lots of consequences of drug abuse. For the purpose of this speech, I will only discuss 3 of them. The first one is addiction. When you take drugs regularly, particularly without doctor's prescription or illness, there is a high tendency that you are going to become addicted and you won't be able to stop easily. Drug addiction can destroy your liver and your lungs. Even after you stop taking drugs, your kidney and liver might already be spoiled. Number 2, criminal record. If you are an ex-convict, meaning a person with a criminal record, it will be very difficult of the society to trust you so easily. Person with criminal record might be very difficult for him or her to be employed by many cooperative organizations. He might not be able to hold public office. The society might not even accept to give him responsibilities in leadership position. Destruction of nation is the third one. When the unborn and born grow and see people taking drugs, they might take it as a normal thing, and they might be taking the drug as well. Children are the leaders of tomorrow. To be responsible leaders of tomorrow, we must be responsible youths of today. I would like to use this opportunity to call on the youths in the world, especially Nigerian youths, to shun drug abuse and drug addiction, so that you will be responsible, patriotic citizens and good leaders of tomorrow. Women, particularly mothers, should shun drug addiction in order to make our youth and our great country better and safer for us and the unborn generations. You should shun drug addiction in order to contribute towards the political and socio-economic development of our country. May I ask you to kindly stand up for a moment? Kindly hold your hands and repeat after me. We are the Nigerian youths. We do not know what the future holds, but we know who holds the future. We, the youth, hold the future of Nigeria. We say no to drug abuse. We say no to drug addiction. Let us all come together to make Nigeria great again. Thank you. Toastmasters International, where leaders are made.